Welcome to Unit 7, Day 3. We're going to talk about inverse trig ratio. So this is new for you. What we're going to be doing now is finding missing angles. Up until now, we've been finding missing sides. So basically, the steps are not going to change. We're going to stand at the angle and we're going to label. So here is my stick person. Opposite my stick person is 15, and across from the 90 going to be a hypotenuse, and close to me is going to be adjacent. So what I'm looking for is sine. Why? Because I have an H and an O. So I'm going to set this up. Sine of the angle where I'm standing is equal to opposite over hypotenuse, which is 15 over 24. So now that we're solving for the angle, we're going to use the keys on the calculator. We're going to use the second key. Go ahead and hit the second key and then hit sine. And it's going to come up and look like sine raised to the -1 power. This is the inverse. That means instead of looking for the sides, we're looking for the angle. So it should open up to parentheses. Go ahead and plug that in and hit enter, and you'll find out that x is equal to 38.7 degrees. If you did not get this answer, check the mode in your calculator and make sure it is in degree mode. Okay, next. Number 3, let's figure out, are we finding a missing side or a missing angle? If we're looking for a missing side, we're going to use the sine, cosine, tangent keys. If we happen to be looking for a missing angle, we're going to use the buttons on the calculator that says sine to the -1, cosine to the -1, and tangent to the -1. This actually is the inverse. So first things first, stand, label, and set up. So I have O and A, that's tangent, so I'm going to go tangent of x is equal to 20 over 37. I'm looking for an angle, so I'm going to hit the second key for the inverse tan, open up parentheses, and I'm going to do 20 over 37. And when I do 20 over 37, it gives me that x is equal to 28.4 degrees. Next, we're going to do number 5. We want to figure out, what are we looking for, a side or an angle. This is an angle, so I'm going to stand and I'm going to set up. Well, across from my 90 degree is my hypotenuse, and over here is opposite, and then close to me is adjacent. So I'm working with O and H to the side. I'm looking for an angle, so it's going to be the inverse second sine, opposite 40 over 41. Put in the calculator, and you should see that x is equal to 77.3 degrees. So for this one, I want you to push pause on the video. I want you to do it yourself, and I want you to see what you come up with. All right, here we go. We're standing and we're labeling. This time we do have the angle, so hopefully you didn't get thrown off by that. Tangent of 39 is equal to 11 over x. We'll want to get x by itself. So what we do is we divide both sides by x, and we divide both sides by tangent of 39, and we get 11, which stays at the top, divided by tangent of 39. Put that in your calculator, and voila, you should get that x is equal to 13.58. And this is a side, not an angle. Wow. Let's take a look at number 15. Understand that the question is, what is DE? So we definitely need to figure out what this side is. Right now, I do not have enough information. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work with my top triangle here, CFD. This is 24, This is 61 degrees. I'm going to figure out what this side is here, and then I could figure out the other information to help me figure out DE. So I'm going to stand, label, this is opposite, and then this one is adjacent, so that's tangent. So I'm going to do the tangent of 61 is equal to x over 24. So when I solve for x is going to be 24 times the tangent of 61. And when I put that in my calculator, I'm doing it now, 24 tangent of 61, I get 43.3. So this side is 43.3. So I'm going to put 43.3 on my other triangle. Now I can solve for DE. So let me recopy the triangle. Here's FDE. This in here is 19 degrees. This side is 43.3. And I'm solving for DE, which I will call X. So let me stand. 43 is adjacent, and X is going to be opposite. That's tangent, so I'm going to do tangent of 43, or excuse me, let me back that up. Tangent of the angle where I'm standing, which is 19, is equal to X over 43.3. So when I get X by itself, we'll multiply each side by 43.3. times the tangent of 19. That's going to give me X. I'm putting it in the calculator now. 43.3 times tangent of 19. I get 14.9. So X is equal to 14.9. And that's what DE is equal to. Yay! Next. Now we're going to talk about word problems. We're going to talk about angles of elevation. When looking up to an object, the angle of elevation is formed by an observer's line of sight and a horizontal line. So anytime we talk about an angle of elevation, think of looking up. All right, so here is a word problem. Casey sights the top of an 84-foot tall lighthouse. So, okay, so here is the lighthouse. I guess we'll say it's a lighthouse. It is 84 feet. So this is 84 from top to bottom. It's an angle of elevation of 58. So we know we're going to be going up to the top. The angle of elevation is 58 degrees, and Casey is 6 feet tall. Okay, so there's Casey, 6 feet tall, looking up. Let's see. How far is he standing from the base? So then this is going to be this right here. This is his sight. All right, well, Casey is 6 feet. So we're going to have to subtract 6 feet from the lighthouse so that we can get a perfect triangle. Okay. So 84 minus 6 is 78. So from where he's standing, eye level to the top is only going to be 78. Okay. We want to know how far is he standing from it. So here we go. Angle of elevation is 58. So we're going to stand, label, opposite, adjacent. We're using tangent. Tangent of 58 is equal to opposite 78 over x. When we solve this, x and tangent of 58 are going to switch places. So x is equal to 78. over tangent of 58. Because when we multiply both sides by x and then go back and divide each side by tangent, x is over here and tangent is at the bottom. So when we put this in our calculator, we find out that x is 48.7 feet. Okay? The question is, why did we subtract? Because the line of sight and the angle of elevation is from where he's standing to the top. And so we have to account from 6 feet because it's not like his eyeballs are sitting on the ground. All right, so this one, I would like for you to try it, draw a picture, show it to your teacher. I will tell you that the answer is, for number 3, x is equal to 12.5 feet. I'd like to see the picture and I'd like to see the work. Next, we're going to talk about angles of depression. Angles of depression is formed by an observer's line of sight and a horizontal line. So this one is going to be looking down. So that angle of depression is actually going to be outside the triangle. And so it's just something that we have to actually practice. Okay, so a lifeguard is sitting on a platform. So here we go. Here's the lifeguard. He's looking down at a swimmer in the water. So, bam. If the lifeguard's line of sight is 8 feet above the ground and the angle of depression to the swimmer is 18 degrees. Actually, here we go. This is 18 degrees here. So we can make a triangle here, or we can make a triangle out here. It doesn't matter. They both will give us the same answer. Okay. So his line of sight is 8 feet above the ground. So this is 8 feet. If this outside angle right here is 18 degrees, then this bottom angle down here is also 18 degrees. That's just one way to do it. Okay. How far away is the swimmer from the lifeguard? Now here's the swimmer, will be x. So we can do standing down here, opposite and adjacent, and that would be tangent. So tangent of 18 is equal to 8 over x. And once we solve it, we get x is equal to 24.6. All right, that's not the only way to do it. If we know this outside angle is 18, the complementary angle in here is 72. So if we make our stick person sitting here, then x is going to be opposite and 8 will be adjacent. So if we do it this way, we're still using tangent. It will be tangent of 72 is equal to x over 8. And we multiply 8 times the tangent of 72. And we get the same answer, 24.6. So with these angles of elevation and depression, you really got to work out the triangle, and it just takes practice. So let's take a look at this next one. This one is a you try, and once you try it, I want you to show it to the teacher, number 7. I will give you the answer. The answer is x is equal to 193.2, and this is feet. Please show it to the teacher, and then I'll give you your classwork assignment. Thank you.